poprzednim odcinku.
To gówniana, całe doki przesrano moją sytuację. Wszystko przez to, że przypadkiem zabiłem pieprzoną Giselle Paxton, która po prostu... Ci zaginięci, nie wiem co się w ogóle z Delaney'm stało. Ja pindole, no. Spotkaj się... Ojej. What the fuck? A ten skąd? Ja pierdzielę. Wielkoludzie. Skąd się tu wziąłeś? Przestaw się członką klubu Ascalon. Tu. Okej, a to jest co? Nowy dialog z Lady Ashbury. To jest skurwi bąku. Nie wierzę, nie. Koniec imprezy. Świetnie. Mam to gdzieś. Nara. Nie chcę się z tobą bić. Lady? Milady? Milady, mogę wejść? Mam nadzieję, że mogę. Czy ja cię mogę oskubać? Jeżeli cię mogę oskubać, to będzie przepiękne. Status dzielnicy stabilny. No i weź zrozum. Mogę cię oskubać normalnie. To co mi dziwne. Pamiętnik. O. Ha. Matka chciałaby się wyprowadziła na West End. I znalazła sobie własny dom. To znalazła niezły, no. To znalazła niezłą Hawirę. W życiu. Bram Stoker. Od twórcy Drakuli. Zobaczcie, Drakule dla inspirującej Lady Ashbury. W życiu jest miejsce, a mroki na światło, panie jest światłem. Ale jaja. Dostała Drakule. Od Brama Stokera. Ale numer. Ale numer. Nie ma jej. Jest. Jestem ślepy, że nie znalazłem tego pomieszczenia? Nie wiem. Tragedia krwawej nocy. Fragment prawa Ascalonu. Dobra, obskubałem ci wszystko.
Hello again, Jonathan.
Sorry to disturb you again, but could you spare me a few minutes?
Of course, my dear.
Concerning your investigation,
Yes?
are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything, but yes. I am conducting some research of my own.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true.
Do you think we shall ever see better days?
I know not, Jonathan.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
No dobra, pomyślmy. Wobec tego pozostaje wyjść i zastanowić się, co zrobić ze zdrowiem wszystkich tych dzielnic. Boję się trochę, że Saigon jest na West Endzie, dlatego że są dzielnice stabilne, no. I te pieprzone znaczniki, skąd one się biorą? Jak grzyby po deszczu. Kuźwa. Dobra. Ascalon. Chodźmy do nich, a potem wykorzystam doświadczenie, które zbiorę na to, żeby się dolevelować, bo dostaję straszny wpierdziel. O! Kwarantanna. Wspaniale.
It's locked.
Czy Lady Ashbury nie mówiła aby o czymś typu przepustka przez wszystkie przejścia? Dawać go. Dawać go. Zdychaj. Dupek. Nice. Nice. Dobra, do góry. Czy ja idę dobrze do jasnej cholery? Keep out. Keep out od czego?
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
Cześć panowie. O kurna, poziom. Fu, nie! Ślepy zaułek. Groźne posoki. Okej. Pożądalu. Jak się dostać? Tam. Czyżby naokoło? Tędy idę do Whitechapel. Dziwne.
I cannot enter.
Bardzo dziwne. Okej. Z tego. Tutaj. No proszę. Będę szczery, tego się nie spodziewałem. Zwykłe przejście, otwarta brama?
The West End.
Kto by pomyślał?
Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Home. Home. No i znowu pieprzony znacznik, cholera wie skąd. Okej. Kryjóweczka gdzieś tu jest ponoć. Będę wielce wdzięczny, jak mi pokażecie gdzie. Jak na razie nic z tych rzeczy.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British Vampire Society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
A? Rezydencja Reedów. O kurde. A to jak to rezydencja Reedów? Matka tu mieszka? Dzielnicy wampirów, kurna? Nie, niemożliwe. No ba. No pogięło i nie zauważyła. Ten co tak kucnął?
Mr. Jonathan, I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Do you need medical attention, Avery?
Thank you, but I'm all right, sir.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives any?
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir. So my task is not over.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
Do you really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
I really don't know. I have always enjoyed seeing new horizons. Once the epidemic is over, it would be nice to leave London for a while.
I understand, Mr. Jonathan. But you have to realize that your mother needs you. Your next departure could break her heart.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir. But your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I am sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
Goodbye, Avery.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan.
Dobra. To dłubiem. Co jeszcze możemy wydłubać? Wait. Wait, what? Jestem ślepy, czy... Tu nigdzie nie ma wejścia na górę. What the fuck? A. Ja jestem pusty czasem, nie? Stary list. Dobry read. O. List ojca do Avery'ego. Jak z tyranozaurem. Nie ruszaj się, to ci nie zauważy. Nowa kryjówka, o proszę. A więc w mojej chatce jest kryjówka. Chatka puchatka. Najpierw przeszukam wszystko. Zdobędę doświadczenie potrzebne. Nie mogę zażyć do sypialni matki? Nie mam tej mocy? Może ma tam jakąś biżuterię?
Yes, Jonathan. Spending next summer in France. Absolutely. Why not?
Drogi ukochany John, kiedy będziesz ten list? Miał 35 lat. Ojej. Dlaczego nie mogę?
I remember Sunday walks in the park.
No proszę. No cóż. Matko? O, zniknęła. Stój, stój, stój.
Mother, good evening.
Jonathan! Is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Mary? She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Mother, do you know what's been going on in this area?
Not really. I don't go out much due to the epidemic, and when I do, I tend to get lost.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope you don't go outside alone.
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble finding the way back.
No cholera.
Have you returned to Whitechapel Cemetery since Mary's funeral?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once. And you were there too. And Mary? No, that can't be true.
It was just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes. Mary was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery from the station, I don't know what would have happened.
Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay with me, Jonathan. Your room is ready. I asked Avery to make your bed.
I'll stay as long as I can, I promise. Do you need anything else?
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you, it breaks my heart to look at those empty and dead eyes.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject and my mind quickly drifts. It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure you'd like her.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name? Is she famous? Is she dead too?
She's not famous, and her name is of no importance. And yes, she is also dead.
The important thing is, I hope you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad to welcome her into my home.
Czy wy chcecie powiedzieć, że matka wie, że jestem wampirem?
Do you think Avery is right? Do you think I should take better care of you?
I don't blame you, but you abandoned me, son. A mother should not survive her children. It's unbearable to know you're not here anymore.
I know I have failed you since I returned. I even watched you bury Mary from a distance. From now on, I will protect you. You have my word.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not notice how much you have changed?
Have I changed that much, Mother? Am I still your son?
You are still, and you'll always be. Despite your pale skin, your bloody eyes, and that echoing sadness in your voice.
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your sister?
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson, and my son-in-law? You're all gone. But you all still visit me from time to time.
Jak teraz się okaże, że ten wielki stwórca i tak dalej mówi, to jest ojciec, to będzie przegięcie pały.
Father seems to have left me some documents. Some sort of treasure hunt game. Do you know anything about them?
No, Johnny. But your father always loved to write these little games for you when you were a boy. Don't you remember?
I remember now.
Your father was always so proud each time you found the answer. He was not just the serious doer banker everybody thought he was.
I was proud too. How could I forget that?
The important thing is that you remember it now.
Could Father have conceived some sort of final game for me before he left?
I really can't say, Johnny. Perhaps you should talk with Avery about that. He was your father's confidant, more than I.
Goodbye, Mother. Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon.
Okej. No dobra, chyba pora na dół. Avery, masz mi coś do powiedzenia?
Yes, Mr. Jonathan?
I found an old letter written by my father and addressed to me. Do you know anything about it, Avery?
Your father wanted me to give you this letter for your 35th birthday, but you left for the war, and the letter remained in his office until tonight.
I realize now you knew my father better than I did. Do you know why he left, Avery? Did he ever speak to you about his departure?
No, sir. Mr. Reed was not exactly forthcoming. Perhaps this letter will give you the information you require.
Goodbye, Avery.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan.
Odpocznij, by ewoluować. Myślę, że to dobry pomysł, bo choć nie mam zbyt wiele punktów doświadczenia, to poziom w walce z tymi wszystkimi cholernymi stworami by się bardzo przydał. Myślę, że to dobry pomysł. Tutaj jeszcze nie. A nie, już mogę w sumie. A to na razie nie. Tego, że... Ha. Zatrzymasz krew płynącą. Ha. Tak, definitywnie. Ugryzienie. Więcej krwi. Tysiak. Dobra. Teraz mogę spać spokojnie. O kurde. Bardzo źle będzie w tych wszystkich dzielnicach. Stabilny stan. Teraz schorowała się tylko panienka jedna, tak? Pani Swansboro. Tu jest odkażony, dobra. Tu? Tu jest kuźwa koszmar krytyczny. Ale wszyscy zdrowi, no to kuźwa. Przez to, że zaginęli oni? Nie mam pojęcia co z Delaney. Dobra, to może jednak wyjdę tamtą stroną. O, może jednak wyjdę tędy rzeczywiście. Dobra, 50 metrów. Wszędzie dobrze. Ale w domu najlepiej. Okej, poznajmy tych wszystkich. O, uznałem, że będę robił tak, że zajmę się pobocznymi. Za odcinkami, moi drodzy. Okej, pojedziemy wątkiem głównym. Poznam wszystkie postaci, ich zdrowie i tak dalej. A propos, zdrowie, czy teraz mi się pokażą? Owszem. Czyli po kolei zdrowie. Wszystkich osób mogę sobie odkryć. Okej. Nie mam pojęcia, czy robić zadania poboczne w odcinkach, czy może poza nimi. Nie mam bladego pojęcia, bo już zdobyłem tutaj jedno zadanko. Znajdź drugi fragment testamentu ojca, znajdź dom Emily, znajdź dla Kohula Russella wyjątkową restaurację. No proszę. Chodzimy. Zestresowany jestem. To będzie bardzo ciekawe. Albo przerażające. Klub Ascalon.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
To się rozejrzy, a ty?
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
There has been quite a battle here.
No było najwyraźniej.
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Pewnie tak. Ale rzeźnia, ja pierdzielę. Kto wygrał? Misja klubu Ascalon. To wiemy, Lady nam opowiadała o tym. Tu są jakieś drzwi. Wyjście, ja pierdzielę, serio. Serio. Kurde bele. O Boże, właśnie sobie zdałem sprawę, że nie zrobiłem nic w mojej kryjówce. Nie zrobiłem sobie żadnych zastrzyków. To niedobrze. To bardzo niedobrze. Porządny sztylet. No proszę. Od razu broń na wyższym poziomie mi dali. To ciekawe. Dobra. O nie, a tam było jeszcze wejście.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Hear, hear, hear!
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Yes, she is. I may even say I admire her probity and her kindness. She has helped me since I was reborn.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Garde Prewen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
No, skoro muszę.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Serio. Tak po prostu. Ale jaja. Myślałem, że mogę się nie zgodzić, ale no cóż. Najwyraźniej gram na zwłokę, w sensie... Robię to wszystko w ramach szopki. Byle zdobyć to, na czym mi zależy. Dobra. Okej. Ty?
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in.
to cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
But that would segregate the rich from the poor, would it not? It would be unjust.
Our only course of action must be to save England. And to save England, we have to make sacrifices.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Okej. Wami się nie interesuje. Wami też nie. Znacznik, mój ulubiony. Lordzie?
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You were spying on me.
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scowls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Priwen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Scowls.
Scowls are hostile vectors of contagion, that is a fact. But first and foremost, they are victims.
I agree, Dr. Reed. Most of the new Scowls who roam the streets at night used to be good British citizens. But they must be put down nevertheless.
So, What do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Wzrósł mój poziom hipnotyzmu. No ładnie. To znaczy, że mogę odwiedzić jedną z koleżanek mieszkających nieopodal. To ciekawe. Cholera jasna. Rozwija się, ale jestem strasznie ciekaw. Będę musiał w pewnym momencie pewnie wybrać, kogo chcę ocalić. W sensie komu chcę jakby...
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
No. Popytaj mieszkańców o infekcję.
Hello again, Venus.
Jonathan, you're still up. Can't you just knock at people's doors during the day?
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. But you are always welcome here.
Cześć Blondie.
At this hour of night?
No wiesz, ja lubię, nie? O tej porze. I pracować, i chodzić, spacerować, i rozmawiać. Wszystko lubię o tej porze. Serio, tak po prostu. Tak nie mówię o grze, tak ogółem lubię. Co tam mówisz? Nie słucham, bo cię okradam. Ale dzięki, że pytasz. Coś jeszcze?
It's locked.
Ojej, ile rzeczy podniosłem. Pamiętnik. Clarence całkiem oszalał. Pierwszy jest Vampyra. O. Ale rzeczy zdobyłem, nie? Od groma. No, skoro już się obłowiłem i muszę zmienić znacznik, to możemy pogadać, koleżanko.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your sister.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden, and I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Goodbye for now.
Zdrowa.
Mary came here with her husband and her son. They were such...
Okej. Jak na razie w West End. Clarence. Odzyskuje zdrowie. Dobra. Jeszcze sporo osób do odnalezienia. Za to ja, między odcinkiem tym a kolejnym, przejdę się przebadać Lorettę. W szpitalu wszyscy zdrowi. To mnie martwi. Znajdę tego człowieka też. Giselle niestety nie żyje, ale postaram się też rozwikłać zadania pozostałe. Aha. Postaram się te zadania rozwiązać. Z doków idę tutaj. No cóż, tymczasem moi drodzy to na tyle w tym odcinku. Mam nadzieję, że wam podobało i że dobrze się bawiliście. Robiłem postęp. Podoba mi się to. Mam nadzieję, że wam podobało raz jeszcze, moi drodzy. Trzymajcie się ciepło i do miłego usłyszenia.
Don't worry, I'm sure they are still breaking hearts with the efficiency that only youth can harness. And do you still think love is a laser quest? Or do you take it all more seriously?